What up, everybody? Since the beginning of OG Power, there's almost been as many toxic relationships as there has been drug deals, including love triangles and even some love squares. From the very beginning, Ghost saw himself as more than a drug dealer and wanted to move past that stage in his life. But his wife Tasha wanted Ghost to stay in the game and wanted things to stay as they were. Soon after Ghost opened up Club Truth, he ran into his long-lost high school sweetheart, Angela Valdez, and the two ended up starting to get back together, but Angela was on a task force as a U.S. attorney trying to bring down Ghost and his connect, Felipe Lobos. And while Ghost was having an affair with Angela, the woman trying to bring down his organization, Tasha was having an affair with Sean, Ghost's driver, and the son of the man she helped put in prison for 10 years, Kanan Stark. Tommy Egan has also had his share of toxic relationships, starting out with his first relationship he had on Power with Holly, who he ended up killing. Then also his relationship with Keisha was toxic, and moving on to Power Book Force, Diamond straight up warned Tommy that Mireya was off limits and the graveyard was filled with guys who tried getting into a relationship with her. But Tommy didn't listen, and now on the current Force timeline, Mireya is missing. Tariq's relationships were just as toxic, if not even more toxic than his father's. Starting off with Destiny, whose cousin Ray Ray was looking to kill Tariq when he ended up killing Tariq's sister, Raina. Then to get away from all that, Tariq went to Choate where his girlfriend Effie snitched on him to the dean to get him expelled. Then he gets to Stansfield and gets into a relationship with Lauren Baldwin, who gets him caught on the wire and caught up in a double murder case. Then getting back into a relationship with Effie, who ended up betraying him with Kane and almost got him killed by Noma. And that whole time Tariq had some kind of relationship going on with Diana Tejada, who came up with a master plan to get Tariq's mother killed, and if her plan would have succeeded, it would have also ended up with Tariq getting killed in the end. Diana's mother Monet was also in a toxic relationship with her husband Lorenzo, cheating on him to begin with a dirty cop Ramirez, who was on Lorenzo's payroll. Then she had the whole situation with her long-lost high school sweetheart Dante Spears, aka Mecca, only to ultimately kill Mecca herself, then to manipulate a situation to get Lorenzo killed after she found out that he killed her oldest son Zeke by mistake. So that's the short list of the toxic relationships throughout the Power universe, and that's not even including toxic relationship with other characters like Braden Weston and his girlfriends. Getting me to where we are right now on the Raising Kanan timeline, with Unique revealing himself to be alive to Rock while eating from a box of butter pecan ice cream. These two started out as ops, fighting over control over the Southside drug game, and even got to the point where they were trying to kill each other for a minute, to where Rock ultimately won the first battle by sending Unique to jail by framing him for shooting Howard, to where by the time he got out, she had taken complete control of the Southside, and there was nothing left for him or his operation. After getting out of prison, Unique did manipulate a situation with the New Jersey mob to get him back in the drug game, either though it was working under Rock, his former op. Then at the end of Season 2, Unique was responsible for saving Rock's life from the hitters who were sent by Sal Baselli, only for a few days later for Unique and Rock to start hooking up, ultimately even with Rock getting pregnant with Unique's child before Unique was attacked by Ronnie and left for dead, and had been missing now for about 6 months when he showed his face to Rock at the end of episode 6. Going back to season 3 when Unique was hooking up with Rock when he met with Quan for the first time, and Quan told Unique that you can't help who you love, and Unique responded, "Ain't that the damn truth?" indicating that he had fallen in love with his former op, Rock. Then after getting help from Early Tyler, when Early Tyler was helping Unique get to bed, Unique could have possibly foreshadowed the fate of his and Rock's relationship. He said those are my blocks. All of them. Rock needs to step the fuck off. Tell her I love her though. Tell her that. And after Rock decided not to keep the baby because she didn't have time to be a single mother and the queen pin, Jukebox asked Rock if she loved Unique. And Rock told Jukebox that she thinks she could have. But you know, like they say, there's a thin line between love and hate. And now Unique's love for Rock has turned back into hate. Not to mention there's also the dynamic of Unique's baby mother Panessa to throw into the mix as well. Then going back to what Unique said about taking back all the blocks, telling Rock to fall the fuck back, but telling her he loves her though. I felt like this was foreshadowing in a type of way because the fact he said this while he was out of it before early Tyler even convinced him that Rock had something to do with the attempt on his life. And so far things are going just like he spoke. He's been attacking Rock's organization from the shadows and causing chaos while setting up his own operation behind the scenes. And now he's ready to take back all the blocks in episode 7. And episode 6 concluded with Unique in Rock's kitchen, ready to confront her, letting her know that he's taken back everything that she took from him. So now we're at the part where Unique's taken back all the blocks, and he's pretty much telling Rock to fall the fuck back at the beginning of episode 7, warning Rock, before he buries her in the ground, he's going to bury her on these blocks first. So now the final words that Unique spoke from episode 1 left to happen is Unique remembering that he loves Rock, possibly after realizing she had nothing to do with the attempt on his life, and that was all Ronnie like he originally thought. And we know that love runs deep because Unique got fresh to go see Rock just to warn her, but still hasn't even shown his face to Panessa or Jerome yet. But either though Unique could potentially end up realizing Rock wasn't behind the attempt on his life, the damage has already been done from what he's been doing attacking her organization, and now Rock's gonna fire back. So there will at least be another battle or another round, whatever you want to call it, before the smoke clears, and we could potentially see Rock and Unique hook up again. But like OG Kanan, the narrator said, when Unique saved Rock in season 2, if you're in this game long enough, you'll see your friends turn to enemies, and your enemies turn to friends. Or in the case of Unique and Rock, your enemies turn to lovers, and your lovers turn to your enemy. Could we see the script flipped one more time after the smoke clears from the current battle going on with Unique and Rock? Because at the end of the day, Rock and Unique are actually moving into two different lanes. Unique wants control of the south side, while Rock's trying to be the connect. So at the end of the day, it sounds like the simplest solution would be for Rock to kill Unique's connect, Quan, and force Unique's hand to start buying his product from her while letting him run the Southside drug operation. Then at that time, we could definitely see Rock and Unique hooking back up, but it would still be messy and toxic, especially with Panessa in the picture, not to mention with whatever other damage will be done during this battle. So there you have it. Let me know in the comments section if you think Unique and Rock will hook up one more time, as well as your thoughts, theories, and predictions.